Alright, so the first map that I started out with was Kino Der Toten. When I first started this map, I was actually very new to BO1. It was my first few games that I had started playing in the game. This map didn't take very much learning for the strat that I was running, but I'll go ahead and get to that in a bit. So I played until round 4, opened up the door, and went to see if the mystery box was there, and if it was, I would hit it until I got the thunder gun out of it, and if I didn't, I would keep resetting until I did. I did this so that way I could keep fire sales out of my drop cycle, because you get them as soon as you move the mystery box. Now lucky for me, I managed to get decal bombs before the thunder gun, and then shortly after I actually pulled the thunder gun as well. Wow! So right off of the bat, we're set up for our game. Now that we had our guns, I had to go ahead and open up the rest of the map, and as I was doing that, I forgot to buy Quick Revive. Every single time that I played Kino, I don't know what it is, I just can't remember to buy Quick Revive when I start up the game. I ended up turning on power without realizing I didn't have QR, and since I was playing the no Novas version of the strategy, it meant that I couldn't go back into the first room once I turned on power, as it would force Novas to spawn for the rest of the game. Anyways, as soon as we had power on, I went to go buy Jug, and to get out of the spot here, I shot 2 thunder gun shots. You could tell I was really new to the game, and I didn't really know what I was doing very well. Like, if I did this now, I would obviously just buy it and shoot them down with the MPL. It's just pretty embarrassing, but it's a newbie thing. I was still learning the game at the time, like I said. But yeah, we bought Jug, we bought Speed, and then I started farming up points all the way up till about round 30. And then from that point on, I started using the fire trap, which basically I would start it and come on into this spot right here. And then once I'm standing here, none of the zombies can actually hit me because they all died of the fire trap. And once the trap was about to end, I pull out the T-gun. And then I would kind of do this weird little horde up. I kind of learned it as I went through with the game. Just wait and try and stall, get a few zombies into the room, shoot them with a thunder gun, and then as soon as I had an opening, head on into the theater and activate the trap over here, run back over to the dressing room, and once I was at the dressing room, I would wait a few seconds, and then I'd run all the way back, and every time I did this, I would get 2 extra hordes killed while waiting for the fire trap to cool down. This is basically all the strat is. So I ran this all the way to round 50, and then once I beat 50, I waited to see if it was a dog round, and to my luck, it wasn't, so I decided to go ahead and pack a punch and buy Quick Revive finally. And what's crazy is that same round, I actually ended up taking my first down. I pulled the fire trap, ran around to the other side, and the zombie just runs right through the flames. I don't even understand, because if you slow the clip down, you can literally watch him go right through the flames. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I managed to recover at least. Besides that, there's not really much else to say about Kino. Round 99, I was finishing it up with the fire trap, saved the last few zombies, and made sure I ran over to spawn room so that way I could kill the last few zombies in there. And that was my very first round 100 in Black Ops 1. GG's, chat. Now the second map that I did was actually 5. And keep in mind again, I was very new to the game, so this map beat me up pretty badly when I first started, but I think the way that I improved from this map was actually really impressive. So I played a ton of games originally, trying to learn the strategy in actual games, and it wasn't really working very well for me. For a couple of days, the highest round I was able to get to was 45. Up until I actually hopped on a Discord call with MC Zombie Slayer. Shout out to him if you guys don't already know him, be sure to go give him a follow. And he basically gave me an in real time guide on the trap strategy for this map, which is what I was struggling with the most. And after him doing that for me, my PB went from 45 all the way to 98. So yeah, after the 98 run, I ended up starting up a new run that same day and got the game done. So the goal was to get everything I needed without getting fire sales. That meant crossbow, ray gun, and monkey bombs. And once I had everything I needed, I then had to set up windows. Setting up windows on 5 is probably the most difficult part of the game. You see, there are 6 barriers inside a first room. The goal is to try and make it so the zombies spawn from 4 specific barriers out of the 6. And the way that you change the spawns is by taking this elevator here once. Each time that you take this elevator, whether you take it or whether you call it, it changes the spawns inside of the first room. So you keep on doing this until you get the spawn set up so that way these 3 windows and this window here have zombies spawning in from them. This way you have these 2 barriers empty. So you have to keep on doing this while you have all the zombies coming at you, and it's just not easy. But yeah, once I got this set up, I had everything I needed to begin my game. So now that I have everything I need, I played in the war room, which was a pretty easy strategy. You just train around and keep track of the drops, that way you can plan your ammo accordingly. So I did this all the way till about the late 40s, pretty much as soon as my drop cycle screwed me to the point that I couldn't run this strategy anymore. Now I did end up taking a down on 44, and the reason why is because I thought that I had grabbed this instant kill. That's why I was shooting the zombies over here with my ray gun, thinking that they would die, but obviously they didn't. Pretty dumb mistake to make, I'm not gonna lie, but I didn't let it stop me from the rest of the game. I managed to recover pretty easily because Jug was right here, and the one good thing that came out of it was that I had gotten rid of Mule Kick, so I could go ahead and buy double tap, and it would actually make the trap strategy easier. But yeah, I got pretty lucky with with the next 2 rounds because I got a max ammo in this round, plus I had a ton of claymores, so I was able to actually do 2 more rounds in this spot before having to go up to the spawn room. And then I got a Diddy round as well, so that pushed me another round, which made the strategy in first room way easier since the spawns were faster. Besides that, not much else to say about 5. It was definitely a grind because keep in mind I beat this map within a week of starting BO1, so it definitely wasn't easy at first. I do intend to eventually try and go for 200 plus on this map, but that'll be whenever Zombies is down in content. Obviously, as of me posting this video, BO7 is coming out in just 2 days, so there's no time to go for it now. But yeah, ladies and gents, that is round 100 on 5 and Black Ops 1, and I will say this is now my favorite map in the game. 9 hours and 43 minutes. We got it, chat. Who said we weren't gonna do it? Up next, we did Ascension. This map plays very differently than the first 2 maps. For starting out, you want to get rid of the quick revive machine by downing yourself 2 times after buying it. That way when you buy it the 3rd time, it gets rid of the machine. And the reason why you do this is so that way the monkeys don't come down here, and you can focus on defending the other perk machines. Ascension isn't a hard map, so you don't need the extra quick revives anyway. Next up, we're looking for 3 things out of Mystery Box: Ray Gun, Gershes, and Thunder Gun. I actually got a pretty quick setup in this game, and now another thing is I can't open up the door to Jug, so I had to pull Jug from the monkey round, and the way you get a perk on the monkey round is basically you just make sure that the monkeys don't touch any of the perk machines. As long as you kill all of them before they touch any perk machines, you'll get a free perk. Once I had everything that I needed, I got Pack-a-Punch set up and then went over to Power. I did the Power strat until about round 30 because it's the fastest one, and that's all I was able to do it to. This was still within my first few days of playing the game, so I wasn't very capable of doing a fast strat like Power on higher rounds. Once we hit 30 and I ran out of Thunder Gun ammo, I left Power and came over to spawn as it's a much easier strategy to do. Now I ran this strat till 55, and then I switched over to Pack-a-Punch for the rest of my game. From this point on, we were pretty good. I didn't have to do my first trade until round 64. I'm pretty sure ideally you want to do your first trade later than 60s, but I'm not an absolute no-life like Mystic. A lot of Ascension is just trading, man. Trade this, trade this, trade this, trade this. Like, bro, I might as well just trade my asshole. Anyways, later on in my game, I almost had the biggest sell ever. Watch this. And it failed too. Alright, we just gotta get this max. If we get this max, we're good, man. If we get this max, we're good.
Oh, you saved me!
Don't fail this map now. Don't fail this map now. Yeah, so that was pretty bad. Now you would think that was the end of the struggles, right? Well, the thing is, I wasn't going to be able to play the rest of the game without having to do any trades. And the mystery box was at Power from the last time that I did a trade. And then, this happened. Please, no! Oh my god, I almost had to redo Ascension! Oh my god, bro, I almost had to redo this map. Oh my god, bro. I hate this mystery box, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Literally one more hit in that moment, and it would have been game over. I was very lucky to not have a zombie swing at me when that crossbow detonated. But anyways, chat, we topped off Ascension as well, and this leaves us with 2 maps remaining. GG's, everybody.
Learn to fly!
Oh, GG's, chat! That is it! That is it! That's Ascension, chat. GG's! That is Ascension, chat. GG's! Another 100 added to the list. Up next was Shang. I swear if I see one comment about somebody talking about my brothers are in this map, you're getting banned. I already know as soon as this map popped up, some of you were going to the comment. Stop. Enough. Alright, but the RNG in this game was crazy. I ended up getting this insane first box. I got monkey bombs, crossbow, and the baby gun. Bro, I never even seen that. Oh my god! What? This is like a once-in-a-lifetime game, bro. So surely this had to be the game that we got it in. But as I was playing, I actually decided to drop the crossbow. I thought to myself, 1, if I don't have speed cola, it takes way too long to reload, and 2, I also get confused with my guns pretty often. So instead, what I wanted was to just get rid of the crossbow and only play with Sally's and baby gun for the entire game. Now, what's different about Shang compared to the other maps is that since I had a first box, I was able to keep perfect drops for the entire game. What that means is I was able to get the exact same 4 drops each round, as long as I set myself up for it. In order to do this, first off, we had to make sure that we got everything out of first box. This way, we don't get fire sales. At least 5 drops left, but there's also a way to get rid of carpenters as well. In order to make sure you don't get carpenters in your drop cycle, you must make sure that there are no more than 4 barriers broken on the map. If 5 or more barriers are broken, you will start to get carpenters in your drop cycle. All it takes is 1 carpenter to ruin this drop cycle for the rest of the game and make me have to do trades, which would screw me not only because it would add time to the game, but also because as soon as I move mystery box, I'll start getting fire sales as well. So I had to make sure that I did not mess it up, and every single time at the start of the round, I had to make sure that I got all 4 drops while no more than 4 barriers were open. As long as I did this, I had no carpenters in my drop cycle either. This meant that I would get the same 4 drops each round if I positioned my drops to be correct. The earlier round that you do this, the better. You would basically keep on getting a carpenter in your drop cycle on purpose until you rotate your drops perfectly so that way you get the same 4 drops per round. Once you've successfully done it, you will get 1 max ammo each round. And so with that, I managed to hold on to it for the entire game, and that's exactly how I got a tradeless round 100. All I did for the strategy was I would kill zombies 1 horde at a time by starting in the M16 room, and then I'd walk out and go over to the AK room, and then I would just horde up all of the zombies, shoot them with the baby gun, and then hit them with the Sallies or Semtex. Looking back on it now, I wouldn't mind running this map back up to a higher round one day. Maybe that's something you guys will see from me in the future, but we did pull this map off flawless, and this was my first ever flawless round 100 in Black Ops 1. This leaves us with the worst map in BO1 to go. GG's on this map, everybody. We did it. W's, bro. Finally, bro. 11 hours and 6 minutes, chat. Let's go, bro. And now for the final Black Ops 1 Zombies map. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the absolute worst map in the game. And if you think it's good, then I'm banning you. Like, Fortnite is better than this map. Black Ops 6 is better than this map. Fucking Vanguard is better than this map. Bro, Dora is better than this map. Anyways, let's just get this over with. I started off and made sure I had Jug at the start, because there's absolutely no way I'm setting up on this map without Jug. I played till I had a good amount of points, left spawn, opened up the map and bought the Bowie knife. And then after that, just got a ton of points so that way I can start hitting mystery box for what I need. The only things we're looking for are ray gun, wave gun, and Gershes. Once I got all 3 of those, I was starting to get ready to trap the astronaut for my game. All you would have to do is wait until the Tunnel 11 excavator excavates. Basically, it starts out by saying this.
Warning. Excavator Amazon will cause decompression of Tunnel 11.
And then after 4 minutes, the excavator comes down, and basically by the time that the lady says 30 seconds left, you're gonna wanna make sure the astronaut is right in front of the stamina machine, and then once he is, you can just run out. From that point on, the astronaut's trapped for the rest of the game. Now, one thing about Moon that's very different from all the other maps is that every single time you get a drop, you want 1 drop at a time, and the reason why is because drops in this game are point-based. So basically, every time that you throw a Gersh, if you get 2 drops or 3 drops, that essentially decreases the likelihood that you'll get your next drop on the next Gersh. Since drops in this game are point-based, each time you reach a certain amount of points, the game will give you a drop upon a kill. However, if you pull too many drops too soon, then you'll be forced to do a trade. As soon as you see a drop or hear a drop, you want to shoot the rest of the zombies right away. This prevents any more zombies from spawning a drop, because the Gersh is what creates the drop, not the wave gun. So zombies that die to the wave gun won't give you a drop, but zombies that die to the Gersh will give you a drop. If you shoot them with the wave gun, they won't die from the Gersh, saving you the rest of the drops. Now, unfortunately, it's almost impossible to get a tradeless game on Moon, because eventually the game just won't give you a drop, you just get pretty unlucky. So I did have to do some trades in my game, and at one point I had spent over 100k points trying to get my wave gun back when I was trading. It was literally the worst RNG ever. By the way, just for people wondering why I wasn't doing the Tunnel 11 strategy, it's just because I'm not good enough to do it, to be honest, that's it. I don't want to focus my game doing a strategy that I'm not good at and risk losing my game several more times, when the strategy that I'm doing here I'm way better at, and I have a way higher chance of reaching the 100. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Moon. This was my second flawless round 100 on Black Ops 1 as well. An 11-hour game, almost as long as Shang, yeah. Crazy. I will never touch this map ever again on BO1. That is a promise to all of you guys. But yeah, chat, that concludes this video pretty much. This has been my journey to reach round 100 on every single map. I did leave out Call of the Dead because, as many of you may know already, out of all 8 billion plus people on Earth, only 1 person has ever completed Call of the Dead round 100. It's a 70+ hour game, and it's the most challenging round 100 out of every single Call of Duty Zombies. That strategy was found not that long ago, but it's far out of my reach, especially as a brand new BO1 Zombies player. I'm not the only one who's done this challenge challenge that obviously left out Call of the Dead. So yeah, that just is what it is, guys. But besides that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I do intend to do the World at War remaster maps in BO1, but that'll be at some point down the road. Okay, I think that's everything I gotta say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys think of this video. Drop a like, share it, hype it, and I'm gonna catch you guys all on the next one. And peace out from the mayor of Pound Town himself.